I think one thing I actually always wanted to talk about was be smarter when it comes to trading, right? Because what a lot of people do is they'll buy 1 or 2 watches, and 3 months later, 4 months later, they'll try to trade that watch in. It's like, you're going to lose money on it. You know, not all the time, but in a market like this, like, you're going to lose money on it. So instead of always trading in every 2 months because you're bored of something, try holding on and collecting a little bit more, right? Even though not everyone has that sort of capability.
Yeah, you know, the money to buy in addition to what you have.
Exactly. But I think if you were to position yourself where people are growing more of a collection rather than flipping one watch constantly, because I know a lot of guys that are losing money that way, you know, and guys that start off with you know, $100,000 watch, a year later they have a $20,000 watch because they keep trading after a month, you know, 2 months, and it's like the market doesn't move fast enough to keep up with that. You know, it's
the goal is to go the opposite way, start with 20,000 and trade it up to 100.
Exactly. So not stop trading, but definitely start looking towards building a collection, because the guys who are making out in a market like this are the guys that have bought watches in the past 3 years and are holding on, and you know, they're going to plan to hold on for at least another year or 2 years, and really, you know, hopefully they'll make money or break even. But
my thoughts are always that, like, okay, if I buy this watch today and it drops, you know, another 5, you know, 10% within the next 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, I'm always scared that it's going to increase by way more than it's going to drop. You know what I mean? So yes, there's a chance that it might drop by 5-10%.
Yeah.
But if it starts going back up, it's going to go up by a lot more, and I'm going to have to catch it on the way up instead of just like getting it at that plateau number.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to try to chase something, because that's what happened in the height of the market was, you know, people would hit me up, and I remember one time it was a 5726. It was at 105,000, and the guy was arguing with me. We were going back and forth over $2,000. So finally I got him over the edge. He sent me a wire for 105,000. I get the wire. I go to buy the watch. The guy says, "Hey bro, I'm sorry, it's sold." I was buying the watch for like 100,000, right? It was a quick flip. And I say, "Okay, no problem. I'll find another one." I go find another 110, 115. I was like, "Listen, you know, I'm sorry, it's going up in price." A week later, the watch was at 140,000.
What is that today?
Now, a 5726 white dial is actually right about like 100.
Okay.
105,000. So, but in the moment, you know, that guy was sort of left chasing. You know, okay, we'll buy it for 120. It's like, well, now they're 140. Okay, buy it for 140 a week later. You know, well, now they're 160. So the last thing you want to do is try to keep chasing, because you'll just end up spending more and more money. That's why you want to buy where it's sort of stable, even though the prices are low. Maybe they'll come down a little bit more. But if you plan on holding on to your watches, you shouldn't have a problem.
You think if you didn't negotiate or spend the time negotiating that $2,000, you would have locked in that $100,000 price and got them for 105?
It would have been 103, but yeah, 100%. If I gave in, I would have 100%.
No.
Or if he gave in.
If he just didn't negotiate, if he said, "Oh, if 105 is good, let's do it right now."
If he didn't negotiate, then 100%. Yeah, that's, you know, you kind of have to jump on deals and not take your time.
More than $2,000.
Yeah. I try to be as like open as possible when I'm doing deals. I like to lay everything out on the table like right away. You can think a little bit about it, but most times when I offer you something, you should probably hop on it, because, you know, like I don't like to offer like high pricing, right? I try to find the best deal possible at the cheapest price possible. If I need to make money, I'll work backwards and try to get my costs down. But at the end of the day, like whatever I'm offering the client, it's a good deal.